Hello.
Hello.
Jason Thompson in the flesh.
Yes, technically, I guess it would be fleshy, wouldn't it? Over Zoom. How you doing?
I'm good. Nice to see you.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you for making this work today. I apologize for like yesterday.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Don't mind that at all.
Okay, perfect. Let me shut that off. I just got into my dressing room, so
Okay.
I'm here, ready to hang out.
Perfect. Thanks, Jay. I will let you. I'm just going to be in the background, but I'm going to mute myself. So I'll let you guys start whenever you're ready.
Sounds good.
Are you all set?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Well, let's add a little CanCon into the celebrations as we celebrate 50 years of The Young and the Restless. Emmy-winning actor Jason Thompson, who plays Billy Abbott, joins us now, hailing from Alberta, Canada. Ipso facto. Yeah. Welcome to the show. How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm fantastic. Nice to see you as well. Yes, hailing from right smack dab in the middle of Alberta, just outside of Edmonton.
Did you ever imagine?
Maybe a little bit as I went. I mean, I kind of think it's tough to kind of end up in this place if you don't imagine some of it.
Agree.
You know? So yes and no, but it's been a hell of a ride. One I'm extremely grateful for and happy to be here.
So I think it's been about 7 years that you've been playing Billy Abbott. When did you feel, and I think there were 2 before you in recent past, when did you feel the role was your own?
It took a while, just for a couple of reasons, just to kind of learn the backstory, the history, to feel him inside, you know, within the body, put the wardrobe on, really get to know the cast and the crew as well, to understand the writing, the cadence, the writing, to kind of meet me as well a little bit, what I kind of brought to it. So it takes a while, and you know, but it I would say in the first like 6 months to a year or something like that, you know, you on the back of your head, you have the amazing fans that have kept us afloat for all these years, and their expectations and their wants and desires for the character, or you know, the ones that were here before, and they keep you accountable for sure. But you know, it took a little bit of time, but it was a really fun and exciting moment, or you know, the transition to come over here, and it was one that I was looking for. I needed a little bit of a shakeup. I needed to scare myself a little bit, and it definitely provided that.
What is the vibe there now? It was the 17th of this month that YNR turned officially 50. The vibe there, describe it for us at this amazing time.
I mean, I got to say, the vibe is always great here. You know, it really is. We have a great cast, a great crew, everyone from the top floor all the way down. You know, it's just a really great group of people. And, you know, we have vets that have been here for 35, 40 years that keep us in line, that show up every day, committed to the work, committed to, you know, bringing the best show forward we possibly can. And there's really great energy. It's definitely ramped up. You know, the 50 years, we're all extremely proud to be part of it. It's an amazing number. It's an amazing thing to be on TV for that long, a show running that long, the stories that the show has provided, the amount of hours that viewers have accepted us, you know, the people that have come before us. It's all sentimental, and we acknowledge it as we go. And it feels like a little bit of a party that's been going for a long time, so, or a couple months now. So it's good. I'm sure there's some people that are ready to move on, like our PR team and stuff like that. But it's been amazing.
What do you think the secret is to its staying power? We had 12 soap operas on the air at one point. Now there's 4 left on broadcast television, and YNR being one of them. YNR consistently placing #1 here in Canada. It is one of the top 10 watched shows across the country, period, including prime time.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah. So what is the secret, do you think?
You know, I don't know if it's a secret or if it's just like some sort of, you know, magic concoction or whatever, but it's you know, I gotta say, people show up ready to work, and we take it serious. You know, we like that we're #1. We don't want to give that up. It comes up a lot, and we have pride in what we do. I think it goes back to story a lot of times. Something that I think you have to have a story that resonates with people. They need to feel familiar. They need to feel emotional. They need to, see themselves in certain characters. And I think over a long period of time, it really comes down to the right people, the right mixture of people, the right people in the right characters, the right people writing the right shows at the right time, people that care. I've seen it in my 17 years in daytime. The ones that don't have the right attitude, the ones that make it a little bit difficult to keep the train on the tracks, they don't last very long. It's a group of professionals that take it serious, and still have a good time doing it, because I think that's extremely important as well. We're making TV, and it's a serious business, but we're all incredibly grateful and fortunate to be doing it.
I would be remiss if I get this chance to talk to you as I am right now, if I didn't offer kudos to you and to Melissa Claire Egan for the suicide scenes that you played out together, I guess maybe 2-3 months ago. Probably some of the best TV I've seen in a long time. You can hear my voice, very touching.
It feels makes me get moved as well.
It was so heavy and so elegantly done that it still reverberates with me now. Talk to us a bit about that, the challenge of pulling that off, because it was done with so much heart, so much empathy, and so much authenticity that it's just talking about it makes me verklempt. It was so well done.
Well, thank you very much. That's not really why you commit to the work in the way that you do, but it feels really amazing that it does touch people, because at the end of the day, I think as an actor, it's really the ultimate goal is to, tether yourself through that television to another individual that you may never meet or never see again, but you make them feel something. I think that's the best thing we can possibly do. It's an amazing gift that we're able to kind of share in. Missy did incredible work. She took it extremely, just heartfelt, but it also takes a certain amount of professionalism to show up on the day prepared. What you see there is a beautifully lit show, really well crafted story that took time. They talked to people. They made sure that they did it with respect and in gratitude for the opportunity to even go there, because it's not an easy story to do, but it is very timely, unfortunately. And Stephen, who directed it, was just 100% committed. And it was a couple days. We went from the rooftop, and Missy did amazing work before that, getting to the rooftop, coming down, going to the hotel room. It was very delicate. We could tell it was delicate, but that's what the story called for. If from Billy's point of view and from my point of view, it was a place that he hadn't found himself in ever before. And that was extremely challenging, to find that balance of being accountable to her and making sure that he is reassuring her, but also, not knowing what the hell is the right thing to do. How do you show up in this way? Because it's a position that you hope that you never find yourself in, but he's in that moment. And Missy was, again, just beautiful work. And we committed to it. It's really what it takes, just to find that place in yourself where you are extremely vulnerable, and you have to kind of override your own system, whatever that is. That's how I work. I find that in my own life, and then I try and implement it into what the storyline is. And then it takes a amount of preparation, and then a little bit of freedom to just be in the moment, and that's what we were able to do, I think. There was, watching back at it, going through again some of this Emmy stuff and watching some of the tapes, I found myself just watching every scene again.
That is your Emmy reel, I think.
Yeah, there was moments in there that you're just in it, and you don't necessarily, it doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
You don't get storylines like that all the time. And when you do, you're grateful for it, and you double down on it because you know that they're asking you to go there. And I have to say, the actors on this show, we're all dying to go there. That's why we do it. We love going to those places. You know, we're not looking for a free ride. We want to tell a story. So when you get the opportunity to tell a story like that, you're grateful for it, and you show up. You do the best that you possibly can, and you hope that people respond to it. And you know, even
Responded.
to that point, yeah, no, it's beautiful because, you know, but it's also, it was challenging for the week after those scenes aired. It was, you know, Misty and I talked about it, and I've mentioned it before, but I'd have to gear myself up to open up social media because people were
I bet.
delicate, you know, it was a delicate situation. People were reaching out. So it
was top notch and so effective. And on a lighter note, is Billy Abbott ever going to find his purpose in life? And how do you keep that aspect of him fresh, given that it's a repeated aspect that keeps popping up in his story?
Yeah, it does get a little repetitive sometimes, but you know, I think there's a little bit of a fixer in him in a way, and he wants to be accountable or accounted on, in I guess, or yeah, but it's tough. I do feel like he's, you know, I had a little bit of a discussion with Josh, our head writer, and now our executive producer as well, our showrunner, and you know, I feel like he's gone through quite a bit the last little while, and over time he always has. He puts himself in those situations. He's not afraid of them. I love his ability to not be fearful. He, you know, he does speak his truth a little bit. Sometimes it takes him to some undesirable places, you know, and puts other people that he loves and that love him in compromising situations. But he's not fearful, and he does try to strike that balance, but sometimes he wavers on either side of the right or wrong tracks. But I feel like he's been through quite a bit. I see him coming out of this a little bit changed. And I know we've said that before about Billy. It's always something that he says, I'm a changed man, and then, you know, kind of goes and does something else that reflects the opposite direction of a changed man. But he's going to go back to Jabot, and I think that he feels excited about being at the family business and trying to hold up his end of the story of the Abbott family, you know, and we'll see where he goes, but he's definitely capable of zigzagging. There's no doubt about it.
You get to write your dream storyline for Billy, and it looks like what?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought too much about the dream story. I like, the best thing about this job is the ever evolving story. It's we get to play the day in and the day out of these characters. And, you know, if the last few years are any indication, you know, things can be volatile and they can change quickly. And we can find ourselves in, again, compromising positions sometimes, or situations. I'm not a writer. I do really think about him often. There's not days that go by, if I'm at work or not, that there's things that come up that I completely relate to Billy, or I'm like, ooh, that's interesting, or that person's interesting, or that was hard, that was difficult, that was you know, I felt really vulnerable in that moment. Jason did. I know that that's probably something I can hold on to. It's always evolving. But, you know, that storyline, I don't know. You know, I do love, like, even with, you know, it's interesting with Billy and Chelsea right now. There's something there. There's how do you have those two vulnerable people in that moment? How does that evolve? How does that relationship evolve? I'm excited to see how it does. I think that even with Billy and Lily, there's a lot that was still not it's unresolved. There's a lot of feelings there. I can see them still having a real passionate love story in the future. Of course, there's still Victoria and Billy. That's his family to a certain extent. You know, I mean, I can go down the list. I think that there's a lot of story for him. you know, and then even with Jack and Billy, and there's a lot to do there. But I like that he mixes up. I like that he mixes it up with different people. I like that he can bounce around. I like that he can go between the Newmans and the Abbotts, and he can feel a little bit like an outlier in both families. You know, it's interesting to me.
Jason Thompson, I want to say thank you for coming on and helping us celebrate 50 years of The Young and the Restless. Great hair today. P.S.
Yeah, that's even before
Kind of
hair
off
and
the
makeup,
hook.
so it's hopefully going to get better, I guess, right? Yeah.
Wishing you all the best. You make Canada proud, and
appreciate
for your time today.
Thank you very much for having me, man.
All the best.
You too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It was great. Thanks, Jason.
My pleasure, man. Anytime.
Appreciate you. Have a good one.
You
Thank
as
you,
well.
guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Ash.
Bye.
Bye.